So, here we are. Finally, it is here. The NBA Finals start tonight, and we have a preview. What the fuck? Yeah, we are doing a preview, a great matchup of the two best playing teams in these playoffs, the two most, cohesive teams in these playoffs, just teams. And yeah, just teams. That's it, my boy. We are going to see a new champions, which is great. And I'm really excited to see what the on-court battle brings, man. It should be awesome. So let us digest. When we start talking about these finals, it should be about the one big thing Miami has been using throughout these playoffs, and it is the zone. The 2-3 zone, or the Eric Spoelstra zone. It is a 2-3 zone paradigm match, and they have been using it most of the time. But it also works where when you bring the weak defender, whoever that is, whether it's Tyler Hero, who should be back in Game 3, whether that is Duncan Robinson, who I am not sure will be able to play in this series, or whoever you believe is the worst defender on the Heat. They otherwise have pretty much dogs on defense, but it is what it is. Whenever they are put into the pick and roll, they soft hedge, and the whole zone just shifts where the weak defender, aka the guy who hedged, runs to the weak side corner, and the help and rotations of their zone are just special, man. But the problem is that the Nuggets are the best equipped team to break that zone due to them having Nikola Jokic and the incredible passing he possesses. The difference in beating the zone is just that, in my opinion. Boston tried to beat the zone by dribbling into it, while Denver will try to break it by passing. And when they get it to Jokic or on Bam, he can make all the reads, and he can also take him one-on-one. The Nuggets have great colors, they have great shooters, great off-the-ball movers, and if nothing works, like I said, Jokic can ISO on Bam, and that feels like a great matchup for Denver. But I'm sure that Eric Spoelstra will try to cook some different things also to, not just throw it into the zone every damn time. Just because Boston was not able to do anything with it, I don't think we can expect the same from Denver. And when we look at individual matchups, Denver has clearly the better offense, and the defense throughout the playoffs has been somewhat pretty close. On paper, Miami has the better defense, but I'm not sure that is such a huge difference there for it to be discussed that much, because Denver has been playing their off on defense, and they have really put a lot of emphasis on defense, and they've been doing as well as possible, and they face a lot of good offensive players, and the Heat don't have LeBron James, Anthony Davis on offense. Of course, Jimmy Butler is great, but in terms of attacking Jokic, I'm not sure if the pace is there and the force is there enough. But we'll see. Jimmy will, of course, be special, and I have no doubt about him, but everybody else, I'm not sure about how they can truly attack Jokic, who has shown a much better improvement on defense this season, whether that is by being more up in the zone, just defending much better. Of course, he gets blown by from time to time, but hey, the offense is so worth that, so it doesn't matter. When we look at individual matchups, actually, like in terms of players, Gabe Vincent will need to match Jamal Murray somewhat, and if he continues to play like he did throughout the playoffs, it is not impossible per se, but Jamal Murray has been special, and Gabe Vincent obviously is a little less trustworthy than Jamal Murray in this spot, but both are inexperienced, so that works maybe in Gabe Vincent's favor a little bit, but both will be fearless, which I have no doubt about. It will be interesting to see if they try to apply a full court pressure on Jamal Murray or something like that, to try to throw him off his rhythm, which he has been having these whole playoffs, man. He has just been, goddamn, he has been so great. Then Max Strus and KCP, those are to me pretty much the same archetype of players for these teams, and I'm pretty sure they will be good. Both have experience, both are fearless, both are pretty great shooters, so I think they will match each other's production in a way. Then you have Caleb Martin against Michael Porter Jr., which is an interesting matchup, and Caleb Martin has been he could have won the conference finals MVP, and nobody would bat an eye, so can he keep it up in the finals? Nothing has shown us he cannot. He has been a knockdown shooter. He has been just great. But we just have to wait and see. And Michael Porter Jr. has been better defensively these playoffs, and somewhat inconsistent on offense, but he hit his shots when they needed him to. So I think the defense of Michael Porter Jr. is a bigger X factor in this series than the offense, because if he can continue to work his tail off on defense and be as annoying on Caleb Martin as possible, because he is a bigger guy, it could work to huge favors for Denver. Then I would expect Aaron Gordon to for sure start on Jimmy Butler. We will see if they will be willing to switch as much as they were against the Lakers early on. Then they did adjust by some pre-switching, sending more help to Jamal Murray when he was on LeBron, and I think that could work really well against Jimmy Butler, because whenever Boston tried to send double teams at him, it worked fairly well. And Jimmy is a good passer, but he's not, he is not a special passer per se, if you feel what I'm saying here. Jimmy did have the ankle tweak, and it is intriguing to see how well he will play, because he had a somewhat inconsistent series against Boston and wasn't as good against the Knicks as he was against the Bucks in the first series. But if he finds his shot, which has been kind of missing in this last playoff series, it will be crucial for Miami. But Aaron Gordon matches up pretty well against him, and he should be the type of defender that gives Jimmy Butler the most problems. And he has been one of the best defenders in the league against star players, so it should be great, and he should be utilized as a cutter. We'll see if we'll get one Aaron Gordon game where he is knocking down his three-pointers, just like we did in Game 4 against the Lakers. That will be also huge for Denver if they can get at least one game like that out of Aaron Gordon. And then, of course, we have Jokic against Bam. Jokic is special, and can Bam do good enough things offensively to at least somewhat, I'm not sure if match is the right word, right, but keep the defense honest and make Jokic work somewhat more, because they both play in similar ways. They both like to be on the top block, they both like to pass, they are both great rollers, and of course you have Jokic being much better offensively and everything in a way, and he is much better shooter, where Bam on the post has been pretty rough these playoffs, especially in the Boston series. And can he hit those mid-range shots at least somewhat consistently? Can he be a factor offensively? A lot of questions there, but I do not trust Bam that much, but I would like to see him somewhat. It would be great if he did just what I said and, channeled his inner Jokic against Jokic. And then on the benches, you have Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, Haywood Highsmith, maybe Kevin Love gets a chance, Cody Zeller gets a chance. You also have Tyler Hero, who will be coming back for Game 3. Does that change the occasion? I'm not sure. He'll be rusty, and can he shoot as well as Duncan Robinson has been doing these playoffs? I'm not sure, man. Especially considering the rust, and it just takes away minutes from the players that have been playing great. Can even Duncan Robinson play when you think about how great the zone defense is by Denver? Considering the way that the Nuggets have been defending, there is a chance that he'll be able to stay on the floor based on wide open shots, but I'm not sure, man. I am not sure. But Kyle Lowry needs to bring that experience, maybe even Kevin Love. They have the championship pedigree, they bring the intangibles and the experience. Can that be a huge advantage for Miami? We shall see. While on Denver's bench, you have Bruce Brown, who is great, and I expect him to continue to be relentless, to keep pushing the pace, to get those coast-to-coast layups that he's been getting all playoffs long, to hit some timely three-pointers. And Jeff Green should do well enough in those spots minutes. Then you can have Christian Brown maybe sometime on defense, maybe even DeAndre Jordan, Thomas Bryant, to give Jokic some rest and keep a big on the floor. And when we move away from the matchups, one thing we must not forget is experience. Miami has the finals experience from the bubble, from the COVID year, which of course is not completely the same because there will be fans and you have to travel and everything, but it still is, their second finals appearance for a lot of these guys, while it's the first experience for pretty much everybody besides KCP on the Denver Nuggets. And can it bring somebody down? Can somebody just have the jitters on the big stage? It could happen, man. But I don't think the experience matters as much. It should play to Miami's advantage a bit, but I'm not sure if it will make any difference. Mike Malone and Eric Spoelstra have been great these playoffs. Spo also has the experience there, so can that show? Maybe a little bit, but I'm not sure there will be, once again, enough difference between these two, just like there was between Spoelstra and the coaches before, whether that's Thibodeau, whether that's Budenholzer, whether that's Mazzulla. Then also you have the Denver altitude, the 10 day offs for Denver, man. It just feels like so much is working in Denver's favor, and not just basketball wise, where they just, to me, are the better team on paper and have the great matchup against Miami. Question is, can they play like it in the finals? These two teams have had the best chemistry all playoffs long, but Denver does not have the inconsistent shooting, and they have one of the best players on one of the best playoff runs we've seen in a long time, in a way. Miami will once again need to shoot the lights out, as they have been doing all playoffs, which I'm sure they still can because they've been doing it all playoffs, so it's hard to discount that. But they need to shoot lights out, they need Jimmy to go berserk mode, and they also need Denver to somewhat show the jitters in their shooting. Maybe Jamal Murray, maybe even Jokic, I don't know. But I'm not sure if there will be enough anyway, man. My official prediction is Denver in 5 if they play well. If they play just fine or okay, I still see them winning this series in 7 or in 6. But I see how Miami can win this. I don't want to disrespect them because they've earned my respect throughout these playoffs so much. But it just feels like Denver is the team that should win it this year. And not like because, you know, some pixie dust magic, but because of the way they've been playing and the way their players responded all season long. This was the NBA Finals preview, baby. I'm tired, my voice is cracking a little bit, my throat hurts a little bit because allergy season starting here, so it sucks, but what can I do? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Who is your pick in the finals and why? Thank you all very much, and I will see you in the videos about this series, and love and peace.